Welcome again to the Ego channel. Yet again, we've got another career for you. It's still in the IT space. This is software development, and I've got Nkosi Gumbi with me, who's going to tell us a bit more about what he does, how he does it, and when he did it. Welcome. I'm going to give you a moment just to introduce yourself, your name, your profession, and what exactly a software developer does.
Okay, my name is Gumbi. I am a software developer for Olix, and basically a software developer is someone who builds code, builds application, and anything that is software related, your websites, your mobile games, and so on. So yeah.
Are there specific interests? Because now I'm picking up sort of a tech, sort of an innovation and a creative and an IT space here. Are there any certain interests that I need to have in order to be able to study, to be a software developer? What type of skills, talents, and values?
Basically, you need to have a technical skill or a technical ability. Your mathematical skills, problem solving. You need to be a problem solver. It's very important to know how things work, basically, because software development is all about basically analyzing how things work and trying to figure out the best solution or the best way to get from point A to point B using code and software.
How important is career pathing to you? Because I'd like to think there's a love of computers that needs to be there when I do this. And coming from being black people, we don't really have that big, how can I say this, being exposed to computers a lot. How important is career pathing in this kind of career?
Career pathing is very important, I'd say. Like I said, you need to be very technically inclined. You need to be very good at mathematics and problem solving. So back in high school, you need to choose subjects like maths, physics, and anything that is more on the science side of things. So and the basic interest in the coding itself, you need to have that, because if you're not interested in coding, then you're not going to make it. So it's very challenging and demanding.
Where did you go see coding? Let's
Grew
take it
up
back.
in KZN in Newcastle. I was raised and born in KZN, and that's pretty much it.
How did you perform in high school? How did you pick your subjects in grade 9?
I picked mathematics, physics, that stream. I would say that I performed well. I wasn't an exceptional student or anything, but I did perform, and I got the marks that I needed to basically pursue my career path. And
As you've mentioned, that the importance of maths and science and being able to study, and technical subjects and being able to study to become a software developer, which institutions would you most likely recommend if you wanted to study to be a software developer?
I would recommend any technicon, like your DUTs, your TUTs. They're very good at basically, offering your practicals and giving you the space for you to practice and exercise the software where you're actually building your codes and whatnot. Because I don't think that any universities actually give you the platform and whatnot. So your technicals are the best way for you to.
Take us through your university experiences, your study regime, how were the lecturers, your social time, and being able to gain access to past papers and assignments.
My university was it was challenging at times, but it was also very eye-opening and very interesting, in the sense that there was a lot of things that you needed to learn, and there was a lot of new concepts that I got to learn and got to experience. In terms of accessing past papers, there wasn't a lot of past papers because the course that I was doing was newly introduced at that time, and so we had to find a lot of things on your YouTubes and your internet, and so there wasn't a lot of background in terms of like study material. Your social life, there's
It's plenty.
there's plenty of that.
All right. Where can you work after studying it? what is my everyday? Like, what do I do every day in software development? What are the hours like, and how much do I get paid?
You can work in almost any company, but you can also work as a freelancer, because most of the people that do software, they work as freelancers. They just work for themselves and basically consult for big companies, and a company would come to you, say that they need a software solution for a certain problem or whatever, and you'd create them for them and then charge them a fee. Or you can work for an IT company or a software company, right? There's companies that are specifically for software. So on a day-to-day basis for a software developer, I don't know if there's a day-to-day, because it's always just continuous. You're always just working throughout the clock. So usually when it comes to software, it depends on how big the problem is, or sorry, the project is. So for your smaller projects like your websites, you can do it alone within a day or two. For your bigger projects like your mobile applications, your systems and so on, it takes an entire team, probably like 5 to 10 people. And it takes, you have to have like a time scale between months or years, depending on how big it is. So yeah, that's the day-to-day. You wake up every day, get your coffee, because you're gonna need it. And then you basically use tools like your Visual Studio to start coding, and yeah, planning is very important in order for you to be able to know your entire structure, how it's going to be structured, what you're going to be doing. Because if you go in without a plan, then you're just going to be, rambling around the whole time. So yeah, you need to have a plan, strategy, and then yeah, your coffee. It's simple.
How's the pay?
It depends on your level. There's your junior developers, intermediates, and then senior developers. Me, I'm somewhere between junior and intermediate. So your junior developers, you start with 10 to 15, intermediates 15 to 20, and then senior, you get whatever it is your experience is worth.
All right.
So yeah.
No, thank you very much. Very insightful. And thank you for viewing again. Thank you again.
Thank you.